Welcome to the God's Got This podcast. I'm your host, Dawson Muck. I played college baseball at Randall University in Moore, Oklahoma, and on April 22nd, 2022, I was involved in a collision in the outfield, and now I am a quadriplegic. I've created this podcast to share some insight on the journey that God has me on now. I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the God's Got This podcast. Tonight, I've got a pretty special family as my guest. We'll get into the story of how we met and all that, but again, just they're very special in my life and in my journey of after my accident and stuff. So without further ado, I've got the Foster family, Joy and Ryan Foster. How y'all doing?
Doing good, buddy.
So good.
Good. Y'all just had you a cookout with a bunch of wheelchair people, huh?
We did. We just had 5 patients over. As I was saying, none of them fill my Dawson-size hole in my heart. You're just a one of a kind, and you kind of had a soul of patience in my life.
Oh well, I appreciate that. There's not many people that would say they hold me to a high standard. I don't think. All right, so part of the reason why I wanted them on now, hopefully we'll have this video up by Veterans Day. So wanted to give a shout out to all the veterans and thank you for your service and the veterans and the active servicemen. And so part of the reason why I wanted to have Joy and Ryan on is because Ryan was a Marine, and so. Ryan, if you want to share a little bit about from the start, kind of however much you're comfortable with, you can start from the very beginning or whatever. You just take over.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. And I'll give you a brief overview, and then if you have more questions, then you can ask them. So.
All right.
I joined the Marines basically kind of because of 9/11 and watching my brother go in be a little bit before me. So he joined probably about a year before me, made the first push to Baghdad. Every one of my family has fought in wars, so we kind of grew up, my brother and I, playing Army, running around with camis and fake guns all the time. And now we had the real opportunity to go do that and serve our country like a bunch of my dad and grandfathers all did as well. So that was a big reason was 9/11. And kind of just seeing what my brother had gone and done. And so dropped out of school. I was playing soccer at Oregon State and joined the Marines, and then went through boot camp. I was assigned I was going to be an infantry guy. That's the only thing I wanted to do in the Marines. All I wanted to do was fight. And so got the opportunity to do that. Did the first push of Fallujah in 2004. To date, one of the biggest battles, that the first push and the second push together, kind of one of the biggest battles in Iraq to date. And then went and did another tour up by the Syrian border, my second time, when we swept about 4 different cities that time.
Dang.
Yeah, it's 2 heavy combat tours. Lost a lot of guys, have a lot of guys injured. But overall, an amazing experience. Got to serve my country and go take out some bad guys.
How long were you in for?
So I served my 4. So I did 4 years and got out. And so, yeah.
He's too humble. He's not going to brag on himself. He got injured, Purple Heart vet, but he could have gone longer, and he was totally in the queue to, be more on special force type teams. But he got ejected from his vehicle. He was a tow gunner, so on top of a Humvee.
Oh, wow.
And after rolling over an IED and getting ejected, he has a lot of spinal stenosis in his neck and injury to his neck. And so he just decided after so much injury that he should probably get out before it gets worse. And so he's too humble to admit that. He always says only 4, but
yeah.
he served 4 years well beyond most people.
Yeah.
I was advised to be a brain trauma spinal cord nurse. I knew I needed help down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said the Battle of Fallujah, right? That was a pretty cool deal. That was what that was that podcast that I listened to, right? When that you served with that guy that got on what was it, Sean Ryan's podcast
Yep.
and did that was a pretty
Cody
cool
out
deal,
for
huh?
yeah, yeah. No, I mean there is a lot of Discovery Channel did a documentary on our battalion and a couple of others, and then we have a couple of books written. I mean, once again, just I always like played for a really good soccer team, and a lot of us went and played Division 1 ball and all that. And you think you're playing a really good team, but when you have guys around you that you're fighting for each other's lives, it's like playing on the ultimate team.
Yeah.
So, and we got tested there. I mean, that both tours were pretty heavy, and we lost a lot of guys on our second one. But I mean, really, what that was the whole reason I went in. I wanted to go fight, and we got it. And but that comes with the cost too of watching your buddies die or
Yeah.
get injured or yourself. So, um, but you do know that you're doing a lot of good. I saw some of the most probably severe evil I've ever seen in my life
I
over there.
bet. I bet. Did you say was your dad and brother a Marine too?
My brother was a Marine, yep, and then my dad was 82nd Airborne in Vietnam. So my dad was an Army guy,
Oh yeah.
and somehow both, I think, because of my brother, and then both my grandfathers fought in World War II, and they were both. One was a gunner in a B-24, and the other one flew PB-1s in the South Pacific.
Oh wow. That's what
So yeah,
my great grandpa was a B-24 bomber.
yeah, those
Oh, that's
guys.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Pretty
No,
cool
it is
playing
cool.
those guys to survive what they went through was pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. That's crazy stuff. So, but again, man, I just appreciate you sharing that stuff and thank you for your service. Thank you, veterans, again, for those of you listening and active servicemen. Um, so let's dive into how we met. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Joy, you know what? So Joy is a nurse at Craig, where I did my rehab hospital. I guess I never said that. Where I spent 3 months, pretty much lived there in Inglewood, Colorado. But so Joy, you know what? What made you want to go into nursing?
Gosh, great question. I started out in high school. There was a patient who was paralyzed, and he was on a quad rugby team, and he came and spoke to my high school and just kind of gave some insight of how to go back to sports after life-changing injury. And so I kind of was interested in high school about this guy who overcame such a crazy injury. And so I went home that day and I remember telling my mom, I was only 15 years old, I was like, this guy is so resilient. Like, how can this guy just like go back to playing a sport when his body isn't working that way? And my mom had told me all about Craig Hospital and was like, let's go tour Craig. And so at 15 years old, I went and toured it and I volunteered. I started volunteering there when I was 15 and I was a grub buddy. So I would feed patients. And you get to know a lot about patients in Dawson. You know that I can talk to anyone.
Oh
So
yeah,
I just started talking to people and asking their stories, and it was fascinating. And so I knew I wanted to do something in medicine. So I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist. So my undergrad degree, I pursued pre-med, and I was getting all my like anatomy and physiology classes to go and pursue PT. And I just kept getting drawn back to Craig. Like so many people just kept pointing me back to Craig. And I went back as an EMT. I was an EMT working at Swedish, and so the level one trauma center connected to Craig. And I'm not good in the ER because I like to talk too much. So
yeah,
you can't get someone's life story in the ER.
yeah.
So I were like, you should go see about working at Craig. Went back over to Craig and kind of got involved. That was when I was 21. So that was 30.
Uh oh.
I just started just started working there, and I've been there ever since. I went to school. Oh, oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Rewind like 20 or 30 seconds of what you were saying. I think you were like, I was
Okay.
20 or 30, and then it went off.
Okay. So I was 21 when I started working at Craig, and I have then I started pursuing getting my nursing degree, and I've worked there as a nurse for gosh 13 years now, going on 14 years, and it's the best place in the world. I fall in love with so many patients because you guys just still like I go back to my 15-year-old self when seeing my patient back then. I still know him. His name is Jason. And I still think about, oh my gosh, he like overcame so much. And then now I get to live every day watching people overcome tragedy. And I mean, Dawson, Ryan, I talk about you out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people I've met. I have never met someone who has gone through such tragedy with the attitude that you have of just pure joy. Like, and I know that there are hard days, and I know that there are times that you just want to just like throw in the towel and be done with this broken world. You know,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be this way. But man, have you have been handed this cup from the Lord, and I just feel like you are carrying it so beautifully. And every day, I'm not kidding you, I think of you every day. And I think of your attitude and how you get through things and how you just make this world a better place. And I could only hope that I can do that to other people's lives the way
Well,
you do it to me. So, and the crazy part is, I really only got to take care of you, what, one night?
yeah. Yeah, we only met one night. But thank you for those words. I didn't know you were gonna make me tear up right at the start of this thing. Good grief. But no, yeah, we
Well,
you only took care of me one night, and it was like we'd known each other our whole lives.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
you came in for
yeah.
you were covering for somebody. You weren't even supposed to be in there, right?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. One of your night nurses was you, and I was like, "Where have you been my whole life?"
Yeah. Well, I had the Caleb Freeman bracelet on, right,
Oh
or
yeah,
something, and you had seen it, and then you came back in that morning, got me ready in my chair. Something was wrong with my chair, and so
yeah.
you pushed me down to the elevator all the way to wherever I was going, whatever class I was supposed to be in that morning. So we got some good bonding time in that one day that we had known each other.
That's right. I forgot about that. No, it was because you said you were from Oklahoma, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have a friend in Oklahoma who I took care of." And then your chair broke down, and I was like, "Oh, like let me push you." And most of the time, when patients' chair breaks down, like they're really grumpy. It's the worst day, and you couldn't stop laughing. You were just giggling,
It
and
was
I was
funny.
like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "Who is this guy?" Like you are the best attitude in the whole world, and I think we laughed the whole time I pushed you because I was pushing like your 200-pound
Yeah,
chair, and I would laughed and laughed and laughed because it took us a long time to get to that class.
yeah. No, yeah. It was in the. I think it was like what's the rec or whatever that's in the whole other building. So it was a further trip than just going like down the elevator.
Oh yeah, it was across the bridge,
Yep,
through the tunnel,
yep,
over the hill. Yeah.
yep. It was good stuff. Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh.
uh,
Yeah.
just could you explain like what Craig is and what they do, just for those that don't know what it is?
Yeah, so Craig, it's been around since 1907. It started as a tuberculosis tent camp. It was this guy, Frank Craig, who opened up this little hospital for any patient who had tuberculosis because it was a new disease, and so they would just isolate all these patients. Um, and then it just kind of turned into this spinal cord injury unit, and all these patients would come and they would literally fix like wooden chairs for these patients who were injured. And so they specialized in spinal cord for a while, and then it kind of progressed to brain trauma and spinal cord injury. So now we can hold 95 beds, so 95 patients at a time, and we have two buildings. One's more acute, so once you get out of the ICU, we take you into that building. We kind of get you stabilized, get you used to your new life and your new body, and we kind of just train the family on, hey, what does life look like? How do we get you back to what you want to do? I mean, you're such an amazing example of getting back to what you want to do. Like you even hunting and
Yeah.
doing all the your dad and just you guys are you coaching baseball. I mean, Dawson, not too many people like have these ideas of I'm going to get back to life, and you got back to life, and it's one, your attitude, two, your family is unbelievable,
Yeah.
but three is just faith that like you have a will and you have a way, and God has just been kind to you to provide you guys with ways to do it, because I think you're just faithful with your attitude towards everything you're going through.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know you didn't ask me to build you up.
No, yeah, I
You
didn't, but
keep
thank you. I appreciate that. But, but
you're welcome.
it's, like this is a faith-based podcast too. I mean, I can't talk about what I went through without, talking about God and how he saved me and all that. But like, it's honestly, I don't know. I don't know how people do it. You see it all the time. How I don't understand how people can go through this stuff and not have faith, but also like the getting back and like coaching and all that. Really, if it wasn't for like my family and my community, I mean, I just did I need to send it to you actually. The like local news come down and did a story with me or whatever. But I remember when they were talking to me, I was like, it. I remembered one of our coaches. He was the softball coach. He's a softball coach, but he did junior high baseball that year, and like he come to me at a basketball game. I had no, like I really didn't know. I hadn't been home long, but I really didn't have any desire of like wanting to like, hey, I think I want to coach. But he just come up to me and was like, hey, how about you come help me with junior high baseball this year? I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And then I helped, and then I was like, okay, I love it. I think, I feel like this is kind of what God's calling me to do. And then through that, just, but I say all that to say like my family and my community is what really, really got me back into doing stuff that I love. So there's not many people that are blessed like me with great family and a great community. Um,
Your willingness to try. I mean, I have even my patients who are over tonight. They were talking. They're still inpatient right now at Craig, and they're talking about the fear of even trying to do something that they used to do because it's going to be different.
yeah,
And you going from playing college baseball to then coaching junior high baseball from a chair, like that is really a challenge. But what are you teaching those boys in
mhm,
middle school
right.
of, life is hard, overcome the hard, and you may not you may not be where you think you're going to be in 5 years, but God is faithful through the good and the bad,
That's right.
and He's given you this life to live it well, and Dawson, no one stewards their life better than you do.
Well,
And yes, it is a lot based on your community, but that takes that's you in your heart.
yeah.
That's you.
Well, it's better now than what I was before. Faith
Yeah.
wise, because I was not a good person before my injury. So God really used it to wake me up and get my life back on track. So it's better to be in this chair than be dead and in hell where I was going. So that's kind of my motivation, really. That's why I keep going.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're an inspiration, bro. That's for sure.
I appreciate
Joy
that.
does like every we're around patients and stuff. Your name comes up, and we talk about who you are, and it really is. I mean, I've been around Craig even before Joy was even working there, so I've seen a lot of patients in my time, from the galas and the things that I was around. But yeah, you're an inspiration, bro.
I appreciate that. Okay, so speaking of that, so Craig holds a special place for both of y'all too, right? Y'all met there, huh?
Yeah, yeah, we did. We're hitting our 10-year wedding anniversary
Oh yeah,
this month.
yeah. Well, early
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you.
So you want to
Yeah,
tell?
we
Oh,
met.
yeah. Go ahead. Tell the story.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Ryan, after he got out of the Marines, he got really involved in CrossFit and was working out with his good buddy who was really going pro in CrossFit, and Ryan was going out with him to do a bunch of competitions. And he was out in California doing a competition, and there was just a freak accident, and Kevin dropped the barbell, and it hit off of one of the weight plates and ricocheted into his back and paralyzed him. And so Ryan grew up with a friend who worked at Craig Hospital. He still works there, and so he called him and he was like, "Hey, can we get my buddy from California to Craig?" So Ryan was there when Kevin got hurt, and then Ryan was a huge reason why Kevin got to Craig. And then Dr. Berliner, who was your
Oh
doctor,
yeah.
big shout out to Dr.
Oh yeah. Huge shout out to
Um,
Dr. B.
he's the best.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of was like, Joy, you should be the nurse on this patient's team. He's really athletic, and you're really athletic. You like to be involved in sports. You should be involved. And so I took on Kevin, and through taking care of Kevin, I met this guy. And here we are, 10 years and 3 kids later.
Lucky you, Joy.
I
Oh,
love.
I
I
forgot to
like.
mention too, Ryan. You have a history, or maybe do you still do some modeling for Black Rifle?
Never, never modeled.
He's modeled for.
No, I was a meat puppet.
He calls it a meat puppet. He did modeling for some Black Rifle Coffee stuff. He's just a studly guy.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know. But your modeling pictures that you sent me of that your Black Rifle Coffee and your
Yeah,
rifle and your gun. Those are good pictures too, my friend.
yeah. We need a double team a modeling gig one day.
Right, let's do it, man. Then I can come down and finally see Oklahoma and see if I'm going to move there or not.
Oh, I know. We got to get you here. We got to get you
Oh,
here. That's
Brian, I know Brian saw Sulphur, and we spent time with you and your family, and he went to Brahms. Brahms, is that how you say it?
Yep. That's it.
Well, I think he'd be sold.
Yeah. I forget. Not everybody's blessed with a Brahms. You don't know
No,
what you're.
the first time I had you.
Do what?
The first time I had it was with you.
Yeah, that was when I took my wheelchair through the drive-through.
Yes, you did. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. So it's your you have to update us on what you're going to do for Veterans Day. Are you celebrating with family? What do you guys do in Oklahoma?
We do a parade, like through our town, and so uh, one of our like longtime vets at our church passed away like a few months back, I believe, not that long ago, but he was kind of like, I don't know exactly what all he did, but he would go around to schools and like talk about, Veterans Day, and did like, well, I think he worked for some kind of like flag company. I don't know exactly what all he did, but I know he was a big part in this Veterans Parade, and so uh, they're like giving him, they're honoring him in this one, and so he'll have. I think his wife is actually the one that's kind of putting it together, but like our church will have a float for the veterans and stuff, and like they shut down the roads and pull uh, do like a parade. So that's what we'll be doing.
See, you're already selling me on another part of
I
Oklahoma.
know that,
Don't do that here.
yeah. So hey, that's not everywhere in Oklahoma. That's just here.
Perfect.
What are y'all doing for Veterans Day?
Ryan is speaking at the kids' school in the morning, so they do like a little chapel in the morning. So he's gonna speak about what he went through and just
Yeah, it's like a little parable, or not parable, but like little Bible teaching. So I'll do stuff on. I'm doing something that since I shot a area, like I'm talking about the what's the most powerful weapon in the world,
Yeah.
which is really the. And so I'll talk about some Bible verses on what the Bible says about how your words come out of your mouth and what it can do.
Mm-hmm.
So that in store.
That's awesome. Where are the kids? I was thinking they might make an appearance.
And
I know
we paid them to be quiet.
we locked him in the room.
And they have the baby, which is scary.
Oh, oh Lord, by themselves.
Yeah.
Last time, last time that they had them in kind of unsupervised, they put her in a table. You remember that in
Oh
the
yeah.
conference room when we had our little. They had her like inside a coffee table.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. They put her inside the coffee table. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's called sink or swim. There's three kids in your family. I mean, survive it all too.
Yeah,
So, you know,
I,
she did fine.
yeah. Hey, I did. My my middle sister, she was like barely home, and they just brought her home from the hospital, and I thought, well, heck, she's home now. We can play a little football. So I launched a football at her and smoked her with a football. Like literally, she just got home, and I just thought, oh, she knows how to catch. So so I launched a football at her, and yeah, that wasn't good.
I can literally hear your mom's voice saying, Dawson.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. And then my dad was probably pretty mad too.
But he would.
Okay, so kind of here towards the end to wrap it up. You've taken some crazy trips like to patient's house and stuff. So tell us some of that, because I think that's just insane how you'll just load up and leave.
Okay, my gosh, I've been to Texas to visit a patient. That was fun. We drove down there. I've been to Oklahoma to visit you. Staying in your little shed was so fun.
Yeah.
Should I tell the loofah story or no?
Ah, no, that's our secret.
Their secret. And then I went to South Dakota for a patient. I think San Francisco. Where else?
South Dakota.
I took a patient. I just did that one. I just took a patient to Cabo. That was super fun. And then where else have I been? Let me think about this. Oklahoma, Texas, South Dakota.
And she does a lot. We do a lot of things here. So like Joy loves to put together bringing people over to our house, and that's kind of starting to become a
Yeah.
pretty routine thing.
And
A handful of times a year.
and it's you
Get you
can't
guys
do
out, get families in a normal place, and break bread together and hang out.
yeah. You can't do that, right? And that like against the hospital rules.
I invite him over.
Yeah, yeah, just to clear it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be doing it, but he, we do it together. He invites and I cook.
Yeah, there you go. So the one time I'm thinking of, didn't you go to somebody's farm and like farm with them or something? That was the story that come to mind when I was thinking about just like the crazy trips you've taken.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I had a patient who, I mean, Craig, like I said, only has 95 beds. So if you don't get up and go to therapy, like you're wasting a bed that another patient could be in that position. And so we had this 16-year-old girl who was just really depressed about being paralyzed and she didn't want to get up out of bed to go to therapies. And so her doctor was like, if you're not going to get out of bed, then you got to leave and we got to give your bed away. And so I made a rule with, not a rule, I made a bet with her. I said, if you can get out of bed for 2 weeks, I'll go work your farm for 2 weeks without complaining. She lived in South Dakota. So I went to South Dakota. She had 12 siblings. So I got to be one of the siblings. It was in March, so it was calving season, and it was freezing. But I got to do everything that those cowgirls and cowboys did. I got to ride horses. I got to chew tobacco. That made me throw up. I
Oh my!
I got to butcher a cow. I got to bale hay, milk cows, collect eggs from the chicken coop. I mean, I did it all.
Wow!
And it was the hardest I've ever done in my life.
I bet it's not easy.
Yeah, no, but coming to Oklahoma was so fun because you had like 12 puppies when
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, we don't. When there are no more puppies, and one of those puppies that I kept is like full grown. He can put his head in my lap, so they're not. They're definitely not
So,
puppies anymore.
what's his name?
Do what?
What's his name?
Dinger.
Dinger.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
you know how I am.
Dinger.
Everything revolves around baseball and sports and stuff. So that was just and we're all D names, so I had to keep it in the family.
You know that's the Colorado Rockies mascot.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It.
First team in league baseball.
Yeah, yeah. So it definitely wasn't after him.
You didn't name it after him.
No.
Oh yeah, Dinger. Yep. So I remember that, and you showed me all your land, all your family's land,
hmm
your mom's school.
Yep.
I mean, I think Oklahoma might. I mean, it's probably my tip top vacation place because I got to see you.
Well, thank you. But as soon I didn't ask y'all to be on here just to praise me and
Pump up session.
but once we get Ryan here, I think we're gonna have him sold.
Yeah, but I really think it's gonna be you, not Oklahoma. Like, I think Dawson, what would sell us is you, not. I mean, Oklahoma's great, but Colorado is amazing. But Dawson is above all.
Here we go again. My parents are gonna be mad because I'm about to wheel over there and my head's not gonna fit through the door.
Good. You deserve that.
You do.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, is there anything else you just want to talk about or say, or you feel like we missed anything, or?
I mean, I could keep going about how great you are. You want to keep going?
No. Okay. Yeah, we can end it then.
Well, how far? What number? Or what podcast are we?
Oh.
What number?
Well, see, I started a year ago, but they weren't, and so Then I hadn't done one in over a year, but the revamp of it, what are they? 5? Number 5? Y'all are number 5, so.
All right. Well, wish you all the best with this, man. This is gonna be cool. I
Yeah.
really think you should keep this going, and you know, I think it could be a good platform for you. And like Joy said, I mean, you are an amazing light to a lot of us. So keep it going, brother.
I appreciate that.
Where we go. If you were to tell all my inpatients who are like fresh into injury, and now you're what, 3 years in?
Yep.
3?
3.
Going back to your Craig Hospital days, what is the one like word of wisdom or hope you would say to them?
Oh, throwing me on the spot here. I think the one phrase is just keep going. You know, like, because when I got there, you know, I had it in my head, which I talked about this in one of my other podcast episodes, but like I had it in my head, you know, they told me 3 months. Okay, well, I'm going to go there for 3 months. I'm going to walk out. No big deal. And then my first day, they're nurses, everybody's coming in and fit me for a wheelchair and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, like this is major overload. You know, I'm not going to need a chair. I'm going to walk out of here in just a few short months. And so after a few days, it was like, okay, you know, this may be what my life's going to look like. And so I had to make kind of that mindset switch of like, I still believe and it can happen. If God wants it to happen, it can happen for sure. I'm not doubting that. But, you know, I had to make like that, all right, well, this is what I've got. So I just got to keep pushing through, you know, trust the process. And so, I guess that would be it. Trust the process. But, you know, it's definitely not easy, but, it's just something, again, you can either sit around and sulk about it or get up and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That's amazing. I like that. Thank you. I'm going to use that and tell them all that you say that.
Thank you.
Just keep going.
Yep. Just keep on keeping on.
Thank you. Well, good. Well, thank you for having us on here. This is such an honor.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much.
Okay. Well, we will chat soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Love you.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
See you, brother.
See ya. Welcome to God's Got This podcast. I'm your host, Dawson Muck. If you're a first-time listener, check out my first episode to hear the story about my injury that changed my life and has put me on this journey of being a quadriplegic. I hope y'all enjoy.